Let me see here. Get this here together. Sure. So Wi-Fi be giving me a time on my hands. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Got this here. Recording. Got the cam. Let me see here. Got that there. The Blessed Tribe. New Blessed Tribe member. God bless you. Now, I had a video just up. And I made it private because I got a coaching session at 1 o'clock. The other day I got off for a coaching session and didn't actually have a session. And got the gummies in today. So got the elderberry gummies in. That's the camera over there. Yes, billionaire, a wealth of health, zinc and vitamin C. So go on over there to the website, Wealth of Health, order your gummies. Had my wife get me some shipping bags. I gotta get my custom ones sent in, but they're gonna take a little longer. Getting the shipping bags and my little scale. So this is you on Tony Gasson's Academy. You've seen me talk about. I got the product creation master course, masterclass, how to create a product, and you've seen me talk about that. And then have the entrepreneurship with purpose. So this right here, bringing it to life. So it ain't a pre-order no more. Now you ordering because they in the lab now. They done made it to the warehouse. I think my wife probably forgot about this date night we scheduled. So wanted to pop on here because I got this question and did not want to talk about this. But got the question, and y'all forgive me, homeboy, my designer who did my little logo. We did something real simple right now, but I got it updated. One of my clients actually is a designer, and so I hired her, and she did my new logo. So try to hire in-house. And got this question, and now you heard that little money ding. That's the sound Shopify make when somebody places an order of the gummies. So somebody just placed the order of the gummies. God bless you now. God bless you. Y'all give me 1 second because I got a date tomorrow night with my wife, and we had it set at 8 o'clock. But our youngest son got practice To God be the glory. To God be the glory. Somebody just ordered a gummy. And somebody sent this email in. Now, I don't know how my email, Brianne, God bless you. Glad you made it in. I don't know how my personal email got out, but somebody emailed me, and I've been getting emails to my personal email. Now, y'all supposed to email support@tonygasson.com, even though it might be me answering it sometime. Email support@tonygasson.com. Y'all coming over to the house without calling first. I'm getting emails to my personal email. And I had some work going on today, and I shot the video. So you'll be able to watch that video. I'll make it live again later because it's kind of more, cohesive, coherent, and straight through. But this is something that is going on right now in our society where we have this thought, this movement. There's this obsession for the bedroom, and people get so fixated on the bedroom. And I always hear people say how to know that it'll be good if you wait until marriage. And I want you to understand that if you fall in love and y'all are healthy and clean, it's impossible for it to be bad. Because in order for it to be good, it takes practice. So you have to practice. Anybody who get good, you will see that they had to have practice. So what better opportunity is it than to practice and to build chemistry with your spouse, the person you married to? So essentially, when I married my wife, it was like waiting until marriage for her because she had only had one boyfriend. And we 17 years married, and we have great chemistry, but it took time in the relationship to build that chemistry. And that's with anybody. The only people that don't have to build chemistry, and they'll tell you they got to build chemistry probably too, is orange stars. The corn stars who do this for a living, and that's what they do. They just going in there and performing at a high level of practice of what they've been doing. But other than that, and the reason why this fear exists is because people get so caught up doing fornication. And what you have to realize is that the largest sexual organ is the brain. But if you are fornicating, you have no relationship with that person. You have no chemistry with that person. So that's why it becomes so important to doing it. That's why it becomes so important to you, because you like, man, did this with this person and it wasn't good. It was boring, or it didn't do nothing for me. That's because your mind not in it, because you don't love the person. You're not in love with the person. You don't care about the person. And the thing about it is when you get married to somebody, sorry, I let my wife know I updated our date night to 10 p.m. When you get married to somebody, you got to take time to build. So you getting to know them. And as you getting to know them, you are developing chemistry and you falling in love. And as you're doing that and you falling in love, guess what happens? Your mind is in it. So when it's time for that act, all it is a ready mind and nerve endings. The mind is already saying, this is supposed to be good. This supposed to be amazing. I love this person. I'm ready. This is what I want. And then when the nerve endings touch, nerves do what they do. It's just like a hot wire. If you got a hot wire and you touch a conductor, something that it's gonna spark. So when you already are in love, you're gonna have fireworks. You're gonna have sparks. And so what you have to realize is that when you really connect with somebody, you're going to experience something you've never experienced when you in love and you come together. And it might not last 5 minutes because the mind is so in it. And this is a trick of the enemy to make you believe you got to try it before you buy it. You got to test drive. That's a trick of the enemy, because when you do that, you could produce a baby, or you can catch an STD. You can trigger somebody crazy. You can form a soul tie. So all of that is happening when you do that. And if you know right from wrong and you know the Lord and you believe in the Lord and you are a Christian and you know you're supposed to be waiting until marriage, you can't look at my grace, because God graced me. He graced your friend, your family member, but that don't mean your story gonna be the same, because everybody's story is not the same. Where it appears I have grace in one area, I may be struggling in another area. So my grace could have been in relationships, and then my test and my war could be in business, in finances, in financial literacy. And that right there could drive you just as crazy. And then somebody else, you may have a nice savings, you may be great with your money, but then your test and your war, it come in the bedroom. You get in the bed and you get up with a life-altering STD. You get in the bed and you get up with a baby on the way. And so you can't look at something. Sometimes people call what we do, God bless you. Somebody send an old blessing. Y'all got to forgive my wife text me. And so you're going to take and see this and realize, like, once you know somebody, think about it. When you love somebody, you can hold their hand and you happy. You could just sit by them and you happy. You can talk to them and your body go to reacting when you fall in love. So God's plan is foolproof. You can't fail with God's plan. See, we took and we do it our way. We did it our way, and I regretted it. I regretted, like, our second son. He was born with no complications. He is completely healthy. Our first son, man, he went through everything. I saw all of his pain and all his struggles as a punishment for the sin that me and my wife was in when he was conceived, because we both knew better. We both was raised in the church. We shouldn't have been fornicating. We got married before he was born. And that's why I share this message. And people talk about, oh, that's hypocritical, or, oh, that's a double standard. No, if I was still fornicating, telling you not to fornicate, that would be hypocritical. I'm telling you a lesson from a mistake. That's not hypocritical. That's love coming from wisdom. So you got to understand that that's the point of doing it the wrong way. You wasted your life if you do it the wrong way and you don't get wisdom and a lesson from doing it the wrong way and change your ways. You doing it the wrong way. So you got to realize and understand this, that this is real. And you're gonna have to, and I can't, the thing about it is I have not, when I tell you, I can't tell you how many, I cannot tell you how many clients I done coach, and they say, Tony, I was abstinent. I done abstinent. Enjoy it. They say had the blocker. I was abstinent and I slept with somebody and I caught this right here. Abstinent, slept with somebody and got pregnant. Abstinent, and sometimes it's after a person have abstained for years. Sometimes I have coached several virgins. They were virgins, and the first time they slept with a guy, they caught herpes. The first time. But why were they a virgin? They were virgins because they was virgins. No Brit, ain't no courses now with the gummies. That was for the pre-orders. God bless you. Got to get it where you get it. God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. But no, that was for the pre-orders because that actually helped us finish producing it actually with the pre-order. So that's why I was giving away courses. But I'll run different little sales like that. So you got to stay tuned if you're on the list. And they were virgins because they knew God and because they love God, because they fear. So they decided to be a virgin. And then boom, meet somebody who got a talk game, feel all the pressure of the world, decide to lose their virginity. And the first time they sleep with somebody, catch herpes. First time they sleep with somebody, get pregnant. And that's why you have to understand that what people call, oh, that's hypocritical because you slept around. That is the dumbest thing in the world, because that's like saying, hey, Tony, you snorted cocaine and you live, so I want to snort it. It's like, is you dumb? It's like there's people who have ran into a tree going 90 miles an hour and lived. So do that mean you should go run into a tree 90 miles an hour to see if you live? You're gonna die. Because everybody grace ain't the same. Everybody life story ain't the same. So God spared me from having children out of wedlock from random women and catching STDs because he saw this for me. He saw captives being set free. He saw strongholds being broken. He saw obedience, diligence in the paint. He saw a faithful servant. He saw 17 years of marriage that's going to go for the rest of my life, long as he let me live. He saw me changing my ways and going from a cheater and a womanizer and a dog to being a 100% faithful husband and devoted father. That's why God spared me. Everybody ain't called to the same thing. So if that ain't in your calling, then the devil get to knock you down somewhere else. He get to hit you somewhere else. So you can't look at somebody and say, hey, man, you slept with 100 people unprotected and caught no STD, man. I'm finna go sleep with 100 people. Whoa, I'm finna sleep with 100 people unprotected. Yeah, it's a different day and time. You not finna make it out alive. So that's what wisdom is when you can learn from somebody else's mistakes instead of seeing it as hypocrisy. That's the lie that the devil tells you so that you could keep walking ignorantly, fornicating, so he can hit you with that STD or with that child, because he knows that your postpartum depression is going to kill you. He knows that your STD going to make you go into depression. He knows that if you catch some one time or you get pregnant, you might just give up on God. He knows that if things go wrong for you, you're going to curse God, curse the day you was born, and you're going to lose all your faith. And you're going to look around and you're going to say, you're going to be mad with God because you say, Lord, you're going to say, Lord, you let these HOs sleep with 1,000 people and have no children out of wedlock without having to go to the clinic and get it took care of, and without catching an STD. And then you're going to say the first time you slept with somebody, boop, STD. You're going to be mad with God because you're going to say, man, I've been praying, I've been going to church. But what do the Bible say? It says that if you know better and don't do better, if you know better and don't do better, then right there, you're going to pay a greater price. You're going to pay a greater price because you knew better. So that's like when you in a crime, you go commit a crime. See, now, like they say, ignorance of the law does not absolve you from the law. So the same thing happens is just because you don't know, don't mean you're not going to pay a price. But I see that all the time. Women say HOs be winning. HOs be winning. No, you don't live between their legs. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know how they getting treated. They out here with these golden showers. You know what a golden shower is? They getting urinated on. Then the skin breaking out. Got lesions. Got rashes. Got ringworms. Ringworms. Got ringworms on them from that golden shower. That's how the HOs living. They got to get a body away. 2, 3 people. The person they with got them with other people. It's 3, 4, 5 people in the bed. All kind of stuff going on. It's all kind of bacteria being passed around. They have to have it in their mouth, in their face, all over their body. That's how the HOs is living. They're not winning. And this is the lie. Because I'm telling you, from a man that has a sexual past, it was not necessary. It's not necessary. And any man will wait. If he got common sense, he will wait on a woman. Any woman with common sense will wait on a man who want to wait until marriage. If a person says they refuse to wait until marriage, when they meet someone that they like, that they think is attractive, healthy, great personality, and wants to wait until marriage, if a person say they cannot wait until marriage, they do not deserve to be with you. They are an imbecile. They are going to catch a STD, and they are going to live a life of misery. Now, I tell you no lie, and because I went around the world doing relationship seminars. And when I say the world, I literally mean the world. I produce relationship seminars in Nairobi, Kenya. What other American life coach, Black American life coach, do you know has spoken on love and relationships in Nairobi, Kenya? In Johannesburg, South Africa. In Freeport, Bahamas. Nassau, Bahamas. Trinidad and Tobago. What's the place called? Bermuda. Turks and Caicos. Montreal, Canada. Toronto, Canada. Edmonton, Canada. I done took love and relationship seminars around the globe. Around the globe. And I would bring all the men up to the front and I would ask them, I say, if you met a woman who had everything you feel to be your wife and she wanted to wait until marriage for sex, would you wait? 90% of the men said yes. But guess what? I knew, because I'm a man, I knew they weren't lying. But guess what? When I polled the women and I said, ladies, how many of y'all believe these men will wait? Nobody raised their hand. And that right there, my friend, is the work of Satan. To put male and female at odds, where a woman can speak the truth and a man thinks it's a lie. A man can speak the truth and a woman thinks it's a lie. That is the work of Satan. That is the goal of the adversary. So women believe that men will not wait until marriage for sex. If a man will not wait until marriage for sex, it's because you are not his wife. Because a man does not need sex. A man wants it, but we don't need it. We don't need Angela. We don't need. There are men who find strength and clarity with semen retention. So when we do semen retention, we get stronger. We get wiser. We develop discipline. We receive more clarity. So sex and love actually makes a man weaker. It makes a man more vulnerable. The most productive man is a single and abstinent man. For those of us who are happily in love, we actually are lazy, lazier than a single abstinent man. We actually are big. We put on more weight than a single disciplined man. Like love and happiness, that leads to relaxation. That's why they call it happy weight, marriage weight. So you got to realize that a man don't need sex. He wants sex. But he don't, and he want it because of the release from the brain. So you hear people who say that they are a sex addict. All it is because of the chemical that the brain releases. It changes the chemistry in the body. So you have a feeling of euphoria, a feeling of calm, a feeling of relaxation, and that feeling is addictive. So it's not even the act of sex, it's the feeling that you receive from it. And when you are intimate with another human, you also have the bonding chemical released, oxytocin. So therefore, a woman could sleep with a man and not have a actual release, but still feel closer to that man, still feel bonded to that man, because the act induced a chemical release into the bloodstream. So it's not even the act, because I'm going to tell you something. The act itself is not even comfortable, because the act itself, you end up sore. You go to doing too much, you end up sore, male and female. That's why they got the saying to be like, oh, walking bow-legged, knees knocking. It's because you be sore. And that's just how it is. So you got to realize that. You got to realize and understand that. Somebody was, they new to make, they new member made their name anonymous. Said I was everything they wanted, but can't be abstinent because they need to see if it's good. They weren't interested and stopped calling after that. Stable and ready to retire in a few years. Why? Because he was lying. Because he was lying. You're not everything that he wanted. He said that because that is a pressure move. So it tests your desperation. But if you everything that a man want, he's going to marry you. And this, let me help y'all understand something from the male perspective. A woman doesn't make it good. A man who knows what he is doing with a woman body make it good. Like Mace say, it ain't the size of the pencil, it's how you write your name. It ain't the ocean, it's the motion in the ocean. A woman could actually be down there doing too much and messing stuff up. So it's no such thing as, let me see if it's good. Because coming from a man who had been with over 100 women by the age of 21, it's all the same. It is all the same. It's a black hole. Walk through a black hole. I want you to go to a black hole. As soon as you walk into that black hole, that tunnel, the inside of every dark tunnel look the same. You can't see nothing. You can't see nothing. It is all the same. American, African, Mexican, Asian, it is all the same. The only difference it will be the look of it, or the smell of it. But other than that, it all do the same thing to the man. So when a man say, oh, I need to see if it's good, he lying. He's saying that to get with you. Because think about it. If you a woman and you up under a man, what all can you do? What all can you do? Try to throw your hip? Like, what all can you do? Lift a leg up? Like, what? It still feel the same for the man. You talking, making noise, that's what he talking about. But see, this the thing. This what a man who don't understand the brain, he don't understand that a man could be with a woman and the woman could make no sound. Regardless of that man and what he got going on, a woman, if she don't want to make a sound, she don't have to make a sound. Because that body part can push a baby out. There is no man in the world. It's elastic. It stretches. There is no man in the world. Now, the heart rate may cause breathing, but if a woman don't want to make a sound, she ain't got to make a sound. But see, a man who don't understand the brain, he don't understand that a woman just making sounds, even if she not even feeling nothing, no emotion or no feeling, it affects the man's brain because he think he doing something. And now he says, ooh, it was good. Man, ooh, that thing was good. But ooh, that thing was good. It all is the brain. The largest sexual organ is the brain. It's all mental. The same thing when a man is with a woman. If a man go to saying something, whatever it may be, the woman, if that's her thing, hearing reinforcement, hearing audible. I remember I was a teenager and my homeboy, actually, ironically, my homeboy who texted me right now, we were best friends from kindergarten. He had his young lady and he went to get him a little singing on the microphone. She was singing on the microphone. And he said, yeah, man, yeah, man, got her to such and such, got her to sing on the microphone. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Microphone, karaoke, all right? And so he said, yeah, got her to sing on the microphone, man. That ain't what he said. That's just what I call it. And he said, man, when she started doing it, I went to making noises. I ain't gonna make the noise on here now. He was like, I went to making noise just to make her think it was better than what it was, make her think it was good, so she'll be excited about it, so she'll keep doing it. Well, guess what? He was raised by a single mom with an older brother. So he had access to the films of the professionals. What do the professionals do in the film? They make noises. Them people in that film, they don't even got feelings for each other. They don't even know each other. They don't even like each other. That is a job. So why is you making noises? And so that's what you got to realize and understand. This is all hype jobs. This is all theatrics. That I had the guys on the podcast that I did the other day. I ain't do it the other day. They released a video and some women was in there. They only released 60 seconds of it, so it's taken out of context. When I said most women don't even enjoy sex, like most women aren't even pleased in sex. What I was talking about is that 70% of women, studies show 70% of women don't have a release during intercourse. Now, so a woman's pleasure then would come from her mindset about the act. Does she know this man? Does she love this man? Does she feel safe with this man? That will determine the level of pleasure, because the man's body part is not stimulating the body part of the woman that triggers a release. So therefore, only the body types that respond to the man's body part inserted will have a release. That's not every woman. Some women's body can only have a release from the magic button being stimulated. So therefore, if a woman does not have feelings for this man, she does not love this man, she does not feel safe for this man, it doesn't matter how the package is. It don't matter. If she don't like this man, love this man, into this man, and her mind is not in it, the body part alone does not do it all. The mind has to want it, desire it, be ready for it. Now, a woman who has been knowing herself and taking care of herself will start to have a desire for the real thing, a man. So where she says she enjoys it, it's because she's already primed and prepped and desiring. So that again is the mind. It's not the body. And so I said on there, I say, and a lot of women who actually enjoy, like really enjoy Sex, speaking of the casual sex, the fornication that people are into are women who were touched at a young age. And when I say touched at a young age, I'm not talking about the R word, but just meaning we're introduced to the stimulation and the release and the sensation at a young age before she had an understanding of this sensation and this feeling. And the feeling that she felt becomes comforting and warming, and it becomes addictive. So it's no different than a child being addicted to candy. It's no different than an adult being addicted to coffee. It's not about the body parts and what the body parts doing. It's about how the mind perceives it. Because a man who loves a woman and a woman who loves a man, the man who loves a woman is doing the same thing, the same very act that a man who is forcing himself on a woman is doing. It's the same act. So if it was just the body parts and just the act, then there would be no such thing as the R word that created the Me Too movement. There would be no such thing, because that means all of it will feel good. That would mean all of it would be pleasurable. But you ask a woman who was forced by a man, was it pleasurable? And see what she tell you. So it has nothing to do with the body parts and nothing to do with the act. Those are just tools. Those are just instruments. It's about the mind, which is the largest sexual organ. And so you have to understand that sex has become propaganda. There is no such thing as casual sex. There is a price that's paid, because at the least you get up with a soul tie. You get up with an emotional contract with this person that you may not even know that well. You get up with a tie to that person for the rest of your life, because you have done the most intimate thing that two humans can do. A male and a female body cannot be closer than insertion, than intercourse. That conjoins the male and female body. That is why it is not casual. There's no such thing as casual. So we should never have a one-night stand. We should never sleep with somebody on the first night. We should not be sleeping with somebody before they have committed our life to us and we've committed our life to them, because that act can cost you your life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically. And it can happen several different ways. When you sleep with somebody, if a man sleep with my wife and I find out, he's going to die. So if he got that kind of game and he could get that close and he could run that play, he had to ask himself, is this few minutes of pleasure going to be worth my life? And then men will say, oh, no, it's on the woman. It's on the woman. No, you don't get to decide that. You don't get to decide how a man perceives his woman. If a man perceives his woman as his and you violate, he gonna demonstrate. And you don't get to decide whether you live or die if you chose to fornicate with another man, woman, whether it's his girlfriend, fiance, or wife. And I'm one of them men who will take a life about what's mine. And that ain't tough talk, because God know my heart. I don't have to swear, promise. God already know the heart. But guess what? The Bible talk about that. The Bible tell you that that man will stop at nothing less than vengeance if you mess with his wife. And so you got to realize and understand that the act, and this is what you got to realize. Steve McNair, I think that's his name. And I think I seen that Netflix about to release his story on Netflix this month. Netflix, send me a check. Steve McNair, if I'm not mistaken, his life was taken by his side chick. So him getting into fornication and adultery cost him his life. There is nothing casual about sex. So the benefits of waiting to marriage is, for one, you could get married in 12 months. At the 12-month mark, if you done talk to this person an hour a day and y'all go on a date once a week, you know this person well enough to marry them. Because 1 hour typically not just going to be 1 hour. It's going to be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours sometimes. Me and my wife, when we met, the first time we talked 6 hours. And then we almost was averaging like 4 hours a day of quality time, of talking on the phone or in person together. And then was living together early on. So we got all this time together, all this time. So we broke up after 2 or 3 months because I was still crazy and, controlling and toxic. And we was apart for 6 months. And I went back to my ex. She went back to her ex. Her and her ex lasted for like 2 months. Me and my ex lasted for 6 months until me and my wife bumped back into each other. And when we bumped back into each other, I called my girlfriend and said, hey, we done again. Then circle back to my wife, bump back into my wife, done with you. How love and relationship work. That's why I tell women all the time, if a man leave you, let him stay gone. I left her, she let me come back. If a man leave, that means he don't want you. A man never leave what he want. That's like a man getting a Ferrari and walking away from it. A man don't leave what he want. If he leave you, he don't want you. Point blank period. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And so guess what? The reason why I got back with my wife, because she left me. So it's not the same for a woman leaving a man if she leave him for a reason of like him being abusive or controlling or toxic. Now, if a woman leave a man because she don't like the way he look, or she don't like the way he dress, or she feel like he lame or he not whatever, then the same thing applies. She don't want you, and she don't deserve you. If she leave you because she feel like you inadequate, don't ever let her come back. If he leave you because he feel like you inadequate, meaning you didn't push them away, you didn't do nothing toxic. So for me, I ran my wife off. And so when we was dating, then when she came back, we was together for 10 months before we got married. And we have been married for 17 years. So we dated about 12 months in total. We dated about 12, maybe 13 months. And we have this year, March 30th, we celebrated 17 years of marriage. A man know when he know. I got to coach in 6 minutes, so I'm going to have to go. So what you got to realize and understand is you don't have to have sex before marriage. That is a trick of the enemy. And if you catch herpes after being told, you get syphilis, you get genital warts, that is what you deserve. Because you were warned by somebody who crossed the broken bridge and made it to the other side. And they tried to tell you, do not cross this bridge. This is the wrong one. Walk down that way and go across that secure path. While you sitting over there on the other side hollering about, well, you hypocritical because you walk across this bridge. I don't care. This is the shorter way. I don't feel like going the long way. You walked across it, and you telling me not to come across. You a hypocrite. Okay, bring your butt. Bring your butt. And when you fall to your death, tried to tell you. I told you don't be stupid like I was. I got lucky. It was grace. I'm paying my debt right now. I got slave every day talking to people who only want to argue and don't want to listen. This a prison. I'm giving the game and don't nobody want to listen. I'm crying out from the rooftop. I'm in the wilderness crying at the top of my lung. Stop fornicating. Stop listening to these demons out here with a microphone in their face. So when you catch genital warts, that's what you get. I tried to tell you. Listen, I don't get money deposited in my bank account for me giving you the word of God. I don't get money deposited. I ain't getting money deposited in my bank account for you saving your life. For you not fornicating, that don't benefit me none. That don't do nothing for me. I don't have a purity fund where the government deposit a check for every person that decides to live pure. I'm telling you for your health, because this is the word of God. See, if I would have got a warning this passionate, like when we were coming up, when I was in fornication, we didn't talk about fornication in the church. They still barely talk about fornication in the church now, because a lot of the pastors is in fornication. The white pastors and the black pastors. I've never seen a Mexican pastor with a mega church or Asian pastor with a mega church, except for Joseph Prince that be on what's called in them leather jackets raising funds. But the white pastors and the black pastors falling from grace. So they don't want to talk about fornication and adultery in the church when the pastor up there meat slanging. Come on now. So, but if I had somebody talk to me like that, my wife would have had to wait on me. She'd have been like, man, what's wrong with this man? Is this man gay? Cause why he ain't trying to do nothing? No, I would have been like, no, I'm listening to this clown on YouTube doing all this hollering about genital warts and about herpes and about children out of wedlock, man. Hey, I'm good. Like, listen, I done learned about the mind. I know how the mind works. I realize now orgasm is just an addiction. That's just like snorting cocaine. Now that I know that, I'm gonna wait till we married till I get addicted to you. Now that I know that me and you could sit and communicate and talk about what feel good and what don't feel good and what we like and what don't like. So when I got this question to go, I got to go because at 1 o'clock, I'm gonna tell you this. When I got this question, I asked my wife, I said, baby, you know, what'll make love making or whatever better or what have you? And she said to me, and I asked the classy woman. She said, so I think depends for me, it's about connection and like your attitude. If I feel like you've been pleasant and not mean and like put something into it, it's a better experience for me and I enjoy it more. She said, but I haven't done threesomes and all that kind of stuff. So doesn't take all that much for it to feel good to me. So may not be the same for other women. But I just want to feel like you like me and care about me, and it makes the experience more enjoyable and less transactional. That right there is what any good woman who has not been exposed too early or too much to all kind of stuff, a woman who done been playing with 12-inch dildos, she gonna have a different perspective. A woman who done slept with 100 men, a woman who done been an orange star, been an escort, a woman who been playing with herself from 9 years old. A woman who all that right there, what a lot those women don't understand, that a man don't understand a woman's body the way she understand her own body, because she live with her body and she got that finger, that hand down there messing with herself 24 hours a day. So that's why she know what feel good and what don't feel good. But it's gonna take that man time, because that's not his body and he got to learn that body. So you got to understand the propaganda of sex. And the reason why this is everything work together. Where are all of the abortion clinics in the black neighborhood? Who having the most? Black people. Who having the most without protection? Like even. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Is that this is all. Y'all hold on. It's propaganda. Because look at it. If you living in poverty and shame, you ain't got the time to educate yourself because you working too much. You ain't got the money to be buying all kind of protection. You ain't got the education of the body and the mind and what you really feeling, because your mama was working 2-3 jobs, or it was taboo to talk about because they don't even talk about it in the church. So because of that, here you are, you ain't got the education. You left to yourself. You start doing this at a young age. You start to think it feel good. You start to think it means something. You form an addiction to it, and now you put all the stock in it. I'm gonna tell you, when you get married and you in love with your person, I've never been intimate with my wife and not had a release. So out of the how many other times it was, every single time I've had a release. And guess what? Every release feel the same. Do the same thing. And but you know what feel better than that release? Seeing my wife smile, hearing her laugh, going on a date with her, sitting and watching a sporting event with her. That's what love is. This society is so backwards and so stupid. The society is just they try to make us a bunch of idiots. Just a bunch of little demons running around. So sex addicted, giving so much power to something that don't even matter. Like just being so sorry, so nasty, so just don't even understand addiction and how it works, and addicted to a feeling because you're miserable in your life. When you tap into your purpose, sex go on the back burner. Cause don't nothing feel better than living your purpose and loving somebody. Sex is a letdown when you fall in love. And when I say a letdown, I don't mean in the sense of like it don't feel good or it's not fun or it's not that. But what I mean, it doesn't compare to love. Because sex is not love making. It's expressing a thought and a feeling. See, sex is fulfilling lust. Love making is quality time and communication. So listen, get this in your spirit and share this with the dummies in your life. Y'all forgive me. It angers me. I be like, Jesus, ready to flip over some tables, because I'm like, man, we can't forever be dumb. Like, let me have been dumb for you. I done already been dumb for you. Take it from my dumb mistakes and don't make the same dumb mistakes. Like, I done already been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It ain't worth it. You're not missing nothing. Like, meet somebody And wait till you meet somebody that got the intelligence and got the heart and got the mind and got the strength and got the will and got the desire to live pure. And y'all go skydiving, ride roller coasters, go swimming, go skating, go bowling, go to theme parks, go to the Super Bowl, go to the Olympics, go to the World Cup, and let them pheromones and hormones and oxytocin and serotonin and dopamine, let all that just flood your bloodstream and just be best friends. Hold each other tightly, hold hands, kiss on the lip, caress, and make love to the mind. And share a vision, share a dream, share a foundation, and then get married in love, not in business, not in motions, not in patterns. Get married in love and then make sweet love. Think about it now. Think about if you eating your favorite foods with your favorite person and you seeing beautiful views. You having a release in your drawers without even being touched. So when the bodies actually come together on the wedding night, y'all skirting everywhere. Everybody skirting. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You had a lot in you, didn't you? Because you're making love to the mind and then the body just reacted. But we're so nasty. We out here bumping and grinding with strangers. You bumping and grinding with strangers. You bumping and grinding. It's like rubbing sandpaper together because you're not in love. So now you got to be theatrical. Now you got to have chains and whips and swings and vibrators and elders and all of this because you're not in love. So you got the whole, they have a doggone sex toy store that's bigger than churches on the corner because our society is that nasty. What do we need a 10,000 square foot sex toy store for? With your nasty behind. It's ridiculous. It's like, come on, man. Atlanta is on fire. I don't live in Atlanta. Because when I go to Atlanta, my skin crawl. Because there's so much unprotected sex going on. Everybody walk around, it look like an STD. It's just STD floating through the air. You got to walk through Atlanta and Houston and DC. You got to walk through the city like this. It's so much nasty booty sex going on. It just, you walk around, they're like, man, hey, you sick? No, I ain't sick. You got COVID? No, I ain't got COVID. Just, man, y'all got STD floating around through the air. Y'all so nasty. It's like, come on, man, that's Satan. That's the devil. That's demonic. I guarantee you, in your relationship, if you're not married, remove sex off the table. But do your picnic every week. Talk for an hour undivided. No phones, no TV. Y'all just talking about your day. Hug for 30 seconds at a time, 10 times a day. Walk downtown and hold hands. And then come home and hug, kiss, and go to sleep. Y'all already living together, shacking up. Just remove sex off the table and see how good it feel to make love to one another mind. To practice semen retention, and ladies, whatever that is, retention for y'all, and to make love to each other mind, to fall in love with each other, to be best friends. See what that feel like. All right, I'm already 10 minutes late. I text my client though. Let her know I'm running late. I couldn't. Oh, my client see me on the live. Let me see when my next call. I know this live important. I done said everything I need to say. Y'all listen back to this. Cause the demons, they already ran out the room. The grown boys that's coercing the woman into the bed, acting like if they don't sleep with, be having sex all the time, they about to die. They acting like it's the end of the. Man, I can't do it. I can't live. I can't. I can't. What you was doing before you had an orgasm? Living life, playing, having fun, doing your thing, living, having a blast. But as soon as you got introduced to that release, now you an addict and ain't got no self-control. And you're nasty. And you're weak. And you is a slave to a feeling. And that's why you can't become a millionaire. Because you need discipline to become a millionaire. You need discipline to become a billionaire. You need discipline. Hey, make sure you get on wealthofhealth.com. Order your elderberry gummies and stay out the bed. Make somebody marry you. And then y'all could be like bunny rabbits. And then guess what? When you get married, you realize, man, you know what? It was so good because we was in sin. Sin will trick you. When you get married, you like got the person all day, every day. It don't even mean that much. It's like, because you could do it whenever you want to do it. It don't even, it's like, man, you mean tell me I was sinning against God, canceling my blessings, the windows of heaven was closed to my life for something that's not even that important? For something that's just a little feeling that lasts for 5-10 minutes? I was outside of the will of God, remove the favor of God off my life for a feeling? Man, listen to me. I could cheat on my wife right now and not get caught. You know why? Because I could do like these passport boys. I could go to another country on a retreat and pay for all kind of booty hole over there. I can get all kind if I want to. But you know what? I'm living my purpose. I'm blessed. I'm a billionaire. I'm turning it wrong. I'm a billionaire. I'm blessed. I'm creating companies. I don't want to sin. I got too much favor on my life. I don't want to sin. It's like you got to learn about life and what life is and get your life together. If sex is a priority for you, listen to what I'm about to tell you. If sex is a priority, I hate to break this to you. You're a loser. You are a loser if sex is a priority. It is a feeling. We was at 716. As soon as I say you're a loser, 11 people got. Man, I'm gonna get off here, man. What? You call me a loser, man? Man, it's demotivational, man. Hey, man, stop listening to him. Man, he been have you single. He been have you single. Yeah, bum. You care that much about some sex? You's a lame. Create a business. Meet me at the top. Create your business. Touch some M's legally without just doing PPP and scamming. Meet me at the top with some discipline. Lame. Get your life together. Hey, it's Tony Gasson. Got to go. 15 minutes late. Can't. That's the grace window right there. Can't be more than 15 minutes late. Hey, for everybody that's sent a blessing, God bless you. I really appreciate you. And for those of you who have not ordered your elderberry gummies, I might have to sell out of these before I release another one. So when you able, get over there to Wealth of Health. If you don't take gummy vitamins, then just bless your neighbor with it. Bless your neighbor. It got that elderberry in there now. So elderberry, you're gonna taste a little bit of little, but they good now. So I'm eating one. So you can see you're gonna live now. You're gonna live. And they look good too now. Got a little berry, A little berry shape on there. Listen, that's my fourth one today. I done had 2 servings. I'll eat 1 serving. Man, you ain't good. And so listen, God bless you. We'll talk soon. I'll see you at wealthofhealth.com.